Hello guys, welcome to Knowledge Pond YouTube channel. In this video, I would like to share another top 50 daily useful English expressions and phrases which are very common across any kind of business world. Mainly these phrases are very much useful when we communicate with managers and colleagues, when we write any emails, when we attended any business meetings, any conference calls. So this is the third part of daily useful business English expressions and phrases video series. Again in this video also, I'll go through one by one with the right meanings and situations and context where each phrase expression is very much useful with real-time examples. Let's get started. The first phrase in this video would be for the time being. The meaning would be this phrase is used to tell this solution is applicable now only, not for long time, on temporary basis. If for the time being we'll have one temporary team member to this team, since we have another team member, he went leave on his personal urgency. The next phrase would be, can I have a word with you? The meaning would be, this phrase is used to ask somebody that, can I speak to you a short time? The example would be, can I have a word with you before I leave for the day? The next phrase would be, take longer than someone expected. The meaning would be, this phrase is used to express if someone work is taking longer than what the what planned earlier. The example would be, "Hey, this talk like this task is taking longer than expected. What went wrong? Where you are getting stuck? Do you have any stoppers? Any like hiccups like on this task, or do you need any help?" The next phrase would be curiosity killed the cat. The meaning would be this phrase is used to express being too noisy may lead a person into trouble. The example would be, hey, please don't go personal of others' matters. Remember, curiosity would kill the cat. The next phrase would be, that's funny. The example would be like the meaning would be this phrase is used to express any strange things. The example would be, hey, that's really funny. I mistakenly sent you some emails twice today. I'm really very sorry for making you trouble. The next phrase would be, there is nothing I can do. The meaning this phrase is used to tell somebody that I can't help. The example would be, we have to wait till I get the response from the user. There is nothing I can do right now. The next phrase would be Dalit grind. The meaning this phrase is used to tell about everybody activities that are often boring. The example would be, hey, how is your project? Is it the daily grind or same work? The next phrase would be, as far as I know. The meaning would be this phrase used to tell somebody that I know this as for the information I have right now. The example would be, as far as my knowledge, we can have a team meetings this week with on client visits. The next phrase would be, I would like. The meaning would be this phrase used when we want anything in very polite way. The example would be, hey, I would like to join the party tonight. The next phrase would be gone for the day. The meaning this phrase is used when we want to tell somebody left for the day. The example would be, hey, Bob gone for the day. He may come office on Monday only. The next phrase would be take time off, meaning This phrase is used when we want to tell about our leave plans or any short-term out of office information. The example, hey, I'm planning to take time off for next 2 months due to my um, travel plan. The next phrase would be that sounds. The meaning, this phrase used when we want to tell about our opinion on something on very strongly manner. The example would be, hey, you did great job. That sounds great. Keep it up. Way to go. The next phrase would be shake a leg, meaning this phrase is used when we want tell about go fast or hurry. The example would be please try to be ready the project report and shake a leg. We have already late for the today's meeting. The next phrase would be go ahead. The meaning this phrase is used when we want to tell about our opinion on something to continue or do it. The example would be hey, looks like everyone on here, so we can go ahead for a meeting. We can start the meetings. The next phrase would be I've been working this from long time. The meaning this phrase is used when we still working on a task. The example would be hey, I've been working this project since 2 years, or I have been working this organization since last 5 years. The next phrase would be should I have done. The meaning this phrase used to say this when something was a good idea, but we didn't do that and we made a mistake, but now it is too late. The example would be you should have sent this mail by this time, but it is too late. Or you should have applied for this job, but right now it is too late. The next phrase would be must have done. The meaning would be this phrase is used to say this like when we guess about something that happened in the past and we are quite sure. The example you must have sent this mail by this time, but it's too late. The next phrase would be how long have you been in this? Meaning this phrase used to ask somebody about amount of time on this place. The example would be, hey, how long have you been in this project? Or how long have you been staying in this location? Or hey, how long have you been staying this organization? The next phrase would be, would it possible for someone to? Meaning this phrase used to ask for any polite request. The example would be, hey, would it possible for you to help on this task? I got little stuck on understanding this task. The next phrase would be, how is something coming along? Meaning this phrase used to check the progress of something that is finished. The example would be, how is your project coming along? The next phrase would be go over something, meaning this phrase used to check the details of something. The example, can we go over the project plan again? So I still have little doubt, unclear about some sections in the project plan. Is that possible? Can we go over again the project plan? The next phrase would be set the wheels in a motion. The meaning this phrase used to start a process or activity. The example would be hey, we got final approval, set the wheels in a motion, and we can now begin the project. The next phrase would be can I make a suggestion? Meaning this phrase used to ask before suggesting something. The example would be can I make a suggestion on this action item? The next phrase would be what are up to these days? The meaning This phrase used to ask somebody about know his recent life. The example would be, I didn't see you long time. What are up to these days? The next phrase would be step up to the plate. The meaning would be like this phrase used to ask somebody about to take the responsibility. And the example would be, you have been working long time on this project, and it is time for you to step up to the plate and be lead the project. The next phrase would be, I have not seen you for years. The meaning, this phrase used to ask somebody that I have not seen you last time, like I have seen you last time many years ago. The example would be, I have not seen you for years. What are up to these days? Where you went? Are you not in this town? The next phrase would be upside down. The meaning, this phrase used to say when any item is top out at the bottom. The example would be, hi David, this project is showing the slides in upside down. Can you turn right side up? The next phrase would be right side up. The meaning, this phrase used to say that top part at the top. Example, hey David, this project, the projector is showing the slides in upside down. Can you turn right side up? The next phrase would be on me, meaning this phrase used to say when we would like to pay others' bill. Example would be, hey guys, today is my birthday, so today's party is on me. The next phrase would be, bite the hand that feeds you. The meaning, this phrase used to say about a hurt helper. The example would be, my team member is biting the hand that feeds him. Like he is against who is helping him for his task. The next phrase would be drop off, meaning this phrase is used to say take something to a place and leave it there. The example would be, can you please drop off this laptop at my desk? At my desk. The next phrase would be jump through the hoops. The meaning, this phrase used to tell about trying very hard. The example would be, my manager was very tough giving rating, so we have to jump through hoops to prove ourselves every time. The next phrase would be learning curve. This phrase is used to tell about a needed time to learn something new. The example would be getting profound knowledge on a financial domain is a long-term curve. So we need to spend enough time and patience to understand complete subject matter expert on a financial domain. The next phrase would be go belly up, meaning this phrase used to tell about to fail completely. The example, last year the business went belly up after financial crisis continued to fail. The next phrase would be to hand over to. The meaning, this phrase used to say to introduce another speaker. So the example would be, I like to hand over to the next action item from this session to the John. The next phrase would be get the ball rolling. The meaning, this phrase used to say to take the first step to begin a process. The example would be, hey, now it is time we start the ball rolling on the new project. The next phrase would be on the agenda, meaning this phrase used to say on the plan to be discussed. The example would be, today the first item on the agenda is to decide on a new project plan. The next phrase would be to kick off, meaning this phrase used to say about to get started. Example, let's invite architectures and a creative for our kickoff meeting in this week. The next phrase would be to get down to the business, meaning This phrase is used to talk about the most important issues. The example, like it is time to get down to the business, how much will this cost and how much time will it require to finish this project? The next phrase would be to open with. The meaning, this phrase is used to begin by talking about a certain topics. Example, let's open with today's meeting agenda, then we'll go through each action item, then we'll decide. The next phrase would be what is the matter? The meaning, this phrase is used to say about what is the problem. The example, hey, what's the matter? You look not so active today. So what went wrong? Do you worrying about any issues? The next phrase would be think big, meaning this phrase is used to say about set high goals. The example would be why are you working as a software engineering for a long time without much growth? So why not think big for taking and going into the next level? The next phrase would be stressed out, meaning this phrase is used to say about under a severe strain or stress or workload. The example would be due to the project releases, I'm totally stressed out. I'm not having enough sleep and time to spend with family members and friends. The next phrase would be on a shoestring, meaning this phrase used to say about with a limited money. The example would be we started our product on a shoestring and built it up to one of the largest product among the companies in the world right now. The next phrase would be cat got her tongue or his tongue. The meaning, this phrase used to say about unable to speak. The example would be I didn't know what to say in today's meeting um, when uh, when it is pointing out me. The cat must have got my tongue. I was unable to express my opinions strongly. The next phrase would be in a nutshell. The meaning, this phrase used to say about a situation in very free words like few words and very briefly. Example, in a nutshell, this meeting is about what lessons learned in our previous and current projects. The next phrase would be in full swing. The meaning, this phrase used to say about a status that has been completely started and that is progressing or moving as fast as it ever will. The example would be, it looks like we we are in full swing on a project releases on time. So we completed all requirements and we tested the project and very clearly. So we are positive, like we are strong to release project on time. The last phrase in this video would be like look on the bright side. The example would be like the meaning would be this phrase used to say about think about the positive part or positive aspect of the situation. The example would be hey, I lost my job. Hey, don't worry. Look on the bright side. It is not end of the world. You would get better opportunity in a very short time. So I'm done with another top 50 business English phrases and expressions in this video. Uh, so if you like this video and if it is useful, this information, please share and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you would get the latest videos and updates from this channel. Thank you very much for your time on this video.